Before we go to Liverpool, at last count, 10 British citizens have been killed in the conflict in Israel. That was the last we had. That number may now be significantly higher. I just don't know. But one of those that's been killed is Nathaniel Young, a 20-year-old who was serving with the 13th Battalion of the Israeli Defence Forces. And right now, there is a vigil going on for him in North London at Cockfosters and North Southgate Synagogue. And GB News' Ray Addison is there to cover the vigil.
Good evening, Nigel. Yes, well, this is not just a vigil, it's also a memorial service and a show of solidarity with Israel for Nathaniel. That's how I've been told they pronounced his name here. They've seen him coming to this synagogue since he was just a tiny boy, and people who know him well saying that he was so loved, and they described him as an absolute terror, but very much loved by everybody. Of course, we know that we've decided, actually, we've been asked not to identify the synagogue that we're outside today due to security concerns, so we're not showing too much of the building. But of course, Nathaniel was 20 years old. He was a British citizen. He was serving in the Israeli Defence Forces. He'd been serving with them since he was 18 years old, and a member of the Golan Brigade. Now, that's one of the IDF's most highly decorated units defending Israel's borders. He was killed on Saturday. He was defending that border during that surprise attack by the terrorist organisation Hamas. Now, he grew up in London, and he was a pupil of the JFS school. That's a Jewish school about 10 miles away from where I am now. And he was described by his family as the life and soul of the party. He was loved by everybody. He loved music. He liked to DJ, and he had very strong Jewish pride. And he'd always been determined, we're told, to join the IDF. Now, during his funeral yesterday on Mount Herzl in Israel, you'll have seen that footage where the rocket sirens sounded, forcing people at that event to take cover. His sister Gabby was there, his brother Elliot as well. His commander too was at that funeral service, and his commander described him as a hero. Earlier on, GB News spoke to Rabbi Meyer Schindler, and he told us that the community here is feeling horrified and helpless.
Specific to our community tonight, it's an opportunity for people to really feel that they can commemorate this young boy, Nathaniel Young, who was only 20. The family who they're very close with are in Israel, of course, at the moment, so they're not necessarily able to be there to support them, but at least they feel they're doing, again, something in his memory, and they'll have an opportunity to write some condolences as well to the family, which will be sent on to them. So hopefully that will be beneficial for the community too.
Well, as you know, Nigel, there is thought to be around 10 British citizens who have died in this conflict so far since that surprise attack by Hamas. There's also a number of people who are missing, including 26-year-old Jack Marlowe. Now, he actually went to the same school as Nathaniel. He's believed to be missing. He was providing security at the Supernova Music Festival when it was attacked by Hamas gunmen who just opened fire indiscriminately. There are concerns that he could have died. There's also concerns that he may have been taken hostage.
Ray, thank you very much indeed. And that's just one person and one family and group of friends and synagogue that'll be sad. There'll be a lot more sadness, I'm afraid, before this war